Community Radio members and friends, welcome to the 2020 Craol Achievement Awards. Please welcome your host with the most, Chair of Craol, Declan Gibbons.
Very good evening to you and welcome along to the Craol Community Radio Achievement Awards. For many people, the Achievement Awards are the highlight of the Community Radio year, and we think rightly so. For board members and managers in particular, there are so many issues involved in radio, just keeping the show on the road, that sometimes the programmes drop down the priority list. Not tonight. The Craol Achievement Awards are all about great radio that's been produced by community broadcasters up and down the country, including those with temporary and full-time licences. Behind these broadcasts, of course, are researchers, producers, editors and others providing support in addition to those presenting. This year's Féile theme is remote but not distant, and this has been well explored throughout the day so far. Another recurring element for all of us this year is resilience. Now, I might be biased, but I believe that community radio stations and community radio people in particular possess a deep well of resilience, and that is what sustains them and helps to sustain their stations in a normal year. This year, the pandemic has tested those levels of resilience like never before. Because of this, Craol has decided to introduce a new category, resilience and innovation. This is to recognise the lengths that stations and their people have gone to this year to stay on air and stay engaging with and supporting their communities. The fact that we're having these Achievements Awards at all tonight is testament not just to the resilience of the sector, but to its confidence. We must be confident. How else do you explain the fact that Craol decided to hold the Achievement Awards on Friday the 13th? What could possibly go wrong? We have more than 30 awards to present this evening, so I won't delay. However, I am concerned that I might forget to thank some key people later on, so I will do that now. To all of my fellow members of the Craol Coordinating Committee, the Vice Chair Jeff Murphy, Secretary Paula Healy and Treasurer Pat Quinn, to Declan Cahill, Irina Svetovic, Pat Hamilton, Mick Hanley and Gráinne O'Malley for all of the work they've put in to ensuring tonight's awards can go ahead. Thank you to each and every one. And take a bow, please. Not a bow. Thank you too to Dr. Rosemary Day for her oversight of the Irish Language Awards. I'll be asking Rosemary a bit later on to introduce the awards in the Irish Language category. I also want to thank our project coordinator, Mary Lennon, and our governance advisor, Niall Byrne, for their support along the way. For Mary in particular, Féile and the Achievement Awards have been a huge undertaking. Mary has organised Féiles on location in the past, and difficult as those events may have been to coordinate, they pale compared to the logistics of a virtual conference. Helping Mary out behind the scenes and tearing some of their own hair out too have been Johnny Callahan and Mick Cummins. Thank you all very much. During tonight's ceremony, we'll hear from a number of people and organisations who engage with and benefit from community radio. I think that those videos might open a few eyes to the impact of our stations and our people and what we have and the social benefit that we deliver. We have 6 categories of awards this evening, the largest of which is social benefit, appropriately enough. I will read some lines from the judges' comments for each award, then we'll name the programme and the station receiving the award. Awards are non-competitive and they're judged across a range of metrics. Those metrics are innovation, resilience, team building, community participation, community awareness, quality of the content, and the commitment of station personnel to the programme. And all of that must be evident in the process of application. So to everyone who applied, everyone who's to get an award, and everyone behind them, the best of luck tonight and enjoy. Our first award tonight. Well, the judges said it's evident that a team would have been involved in setting up the interviews, great community engagement, a great sense of pride in what they were doing. I'd have loved to have seen a list of all of the people featured. So lovely to have it on air on the date that it should have been on in reality as a focus for the community. It sounds good too. The judges were describing the programme The Show, Clare Morris Agricultural Show Then and Now, and it was produced by Clare Morris Community Radio. And the person attending tonight to accept the award is Mary Costello. So congratulations. Congratulations to Mary and all the team in Claremorris Community Radio. First award of the night. So we're all a tiny bit rusty. Mary, if you'd like to say anything and unmute, we'd love to hear from you. If not, that's okay too.
Good evening, everybody. We're absolutely delighted from Claremorris Community Radio to have received this award. And I suppose it really showcases what when people in the community can come together to put together a program like this. I suppose in September 2018, Claremorris held its 100th agricultural show. And this is a festival, I suppose, of events and the community coming together. The show has tremendous support. And it's great to showcase the memories of the show from the 50s and the 60s, and to meet the next generation of competitors as they enter the next current shows. Show jumping, I suppose, is the main event, but it also has categories for horses, ponies, donkeys, ducks and geese, and it also has baking and flower arranging and vegetables. So it involves the whole community. And I suppose this isn't just about me accepting the award, it's accepting the award on behalf of Claremorris Community Radio and all the people that contributed to make this show such a success. And also, I'll have to say thanks to Ed Coulson for his guidance on this. Thank you all very much.
Congratulations to you, Mary, and I see messages of congratulations coming in to you, and well done. It was a fantastic programme, and enjoy that gold success. Now, when we announce the awards throughout the evening, different people have been nominated for each award, have said that they'll be available this evening. Now, don't feel obliged to chat if you don't fancy, but that's fine, but we will at least pick you out online and give you an opportunity at any rate, because you deserve the credit for these wonderful programmes. Our second award tonight, the judge said, to produce something of a sensitive nature through the eyes of Tommy Reichenthal, who suffered the loss of his family in the Holocaust. He felt it important to keep the memory of the suffering of his family by speaking to the community through his talks, and in this case to young people at school. The content was excellent, will make archive material. For Tommy Reichenthal, the last witness from Phoenix FM, we award a gold award, and to accept it tonight is Sean Coogan of Phoenix.
I appreciate all those absolutely real applause that I'm hearing right now. Completely and absolutely real. No, absolutely. And it was an honor to even make this program, or to be part of making this program. Obviously such an important team, especially kind of right now with some of the stuff that was sort of mentioned in some of the talks earlier on. One of the big themes that he was talking about was, not allowing racism to be a thing, and just not letting that be a constant thing anymore, and trying to get away from that kind of stuff, and having these conversations with young kids was so important. Incredible man to meet, and an incredible thing to get to make. So thanks very much from the whole Phoenix FM team. Thanks very much.
Well done. Congratulations, Sean, and thoroughly well deserved. Our next entry and award in the social benefit, or rather in the commission programmes category, is a vastly different programme with the voices from grassroots in the community to local experts in the areas of health, media and the arts. We hear from women who share their own personal experience of the menopause as they bring this great taboo out into the open, not afraid to present a programme of a sensitive nature. Those were the judges' comments about Menopause by Athlone Community Radio. And here to accept it is Erica Smith.
I'm delighted. It was such an important programme for me on a personal level to make, but I really have to thank Deirdre Merkel for her incredible research. The women from St Kieran's Community Centre for sharing their experiences. The women's group from the Irish Wheelchair Association. Amanda Gunning for the sound production. Athlone Community Radio for making it possible. The 13 women who are experts in their field, who spoke so candidly and so honestly and really courageously, because, there's been no body of work around the Irish experience of the menopause. So it was like really, really important to find those voices. And I'm just yeah, I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled because of the courage the women showed, and the whole experience of making the program. And of course, like to thank Caroline Coyle, who featured in one of the programs and led the poetry workshop with the Irish Wheelchair Association women around the subject of their experience of the menopause. And it's just really good to have this platform. And thank you all very, 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 very much.
Thank you, Erica, and well done to all the team there and on your wonderful programme. Now, the judges said about our next award-winning entry, this is a wonderful story of how women who have survived breast cancer use sport to help them recover from the trauma and how it can benefit both mental and physical well-being. Very obvious the production team worked closely with the group to produce excellent content and community awareness of breast cancer. For Chasing the Dragon by Community Radio Youghal, we'll say congratulations to Orla Reardon.
Thanks, Declan. Thanks very much.
Are you there? There you are, Orla. Great to see you.
Here.
And congratulations. Fantastic.
Thanks. Can you hear me, no?
We can, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
You can. Sorry. It's so nice to see you again. And
Yeah, you too.
I'm absolutely blown away. Thank you so much. And I suppose we've spent months with these women who have come through breast cancer through the healing power of sport and the water. And thank you so much to everybody at CRY for facilitating this program. And I know everybody will be absolutely thrilled. So I'm really loving tonight. I have a glass of wine here as well. So I love the bow tie, and thank you so much for everything.
You're welcome. And I saw your comment online that said you thought that the applause was like the rugby. It's 100% genuine, Orla. You can take my word for that. And congratulations to you. Enjoy that drop of wine.
I will. Thank you very much.
That's Orla Reardon from Community Radio Youghal. Our next award, well, the judges said, a well-produced documentary of one man's determination to run and win. Content was good. The music inserts a bit loud. It was well researched and highlights what you could achieve once you put your mind to it. For Willie, Born to Run by Radio Corcabashkeen, congratulations, and I hope we're joined this evening by Mairead O'Higgins Finnegan. Mairead will wait for the applause to die down, I expect, and we will find her.
So Mairead is there. She hasn't got her video on, so we'll have to see if she gets a reaction.
Okay.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can, Mairead. Yeah, congratulations.
Hi, sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on with my video. I've tried to get it on, but let me see. Where am I?
Well, we can hear you, Mairead.
Okay, yeah, I can see you now. Listen, Garmila Mahagot, and thank you so much for the wonderful workshops you had on today. What can I say about this? It was an extremely, I suppose, beneficial program to make, and I suppose the person really that should be taking this award is our programming controller, James Flanagan, who actually researched and documented all this. But it's a piece of social history, very, very important part of social history for this very, very, I suppose, unassuming athlete in our community. And I've just got great pleasure in actually receiving this award on behalf of the team at Radio Corcabashkeen, but especially on behalf of James Flanagan. Very mahagav.
And your congratulations to you, Mairead, and well said. That's Mairead O'Higgins Finnegan of Radio Corcabashkeen. For our next award, the judges said this project was already a success in its value to the participants. However, it went much further, engaging with a number of groups and events in the wider community. It also raised awareness of the importance of seeing and valuing ability rather than disability, bringing the issue to a wide audience. For Yes We Can, Focus on Ability by Life FM, we're joined to accept the award by Terry Krushk. Terry, sorry if I butchered your name.
That's okay. Thank you so much. The QQI Level 3 Media Expression course is such a fantastic way to give people in the community a chance to advocate for change, to have their voices heard on the radio. One of the highlights of this program was having two visually impaired people interviewing each other with their support workers, and to hear that on radio, knowing that anything is possible when we give people a chance. And they chose the title, Yes We Can, Focus on Ability, and it was a real privilege to be a part of it. And I'm really looking forward to bringing those certificates to them, to be able to go into rehab care in Cork City and to let them know that they've won a national award. So on behalf of Rehab Care and Life FM, thank you very much.
Congratulations, Terry. Well done to all of the team.
Thank you.
Fantastic programme. The judges said about our next programme, this was very smartly produced and presented. The passion and commitment of the presenters was very obvious. There was a real sense of giving about this project, giving exposure to local artists, giving airing to important topics. Finally, the link-ups with stations around the world was very exciting. Well done. For World College Radio Day by Wired FM, Ray Burke accepts the Gold Award. There he is.
Anybody from Wired FM here?
And I hope Ray is there.
Ray,
There, Ray?
despite being one of our panelists, I can't find him.
Absolutely. Maybe he's worn out after this afternoon, because they certainly gave it plenty
He
in
did.
our plenary session. But congratulations to Ray and everybody at Wired FM for their success. Another success for Wired FM. Of our next programme, and I think we're still in the commission. Are we still in the... Okay. At this stage, we are going to go to a piece of audio, and this is a piece about Pobal. And of course, Pobal is one of the strongest supporters of community radio in this country, probably the strongest supporter. And the man we're going to hear from is the man, if you're a station manager or a chair, you'll be familiar with seeing his name at the end of emails and documents. But he sent us a message this evening, and that's Executive Director of Pobal, Paul Skinner.
Hello everyone, my name is Paul Skinner, Executive Director with Pobal, and as many of you will be aware, Pobal works on behalf of government to support communities and local agencies towards achieving social inclusion outcomes. We do this by managing funding and providing supports for relevant government funded programs. Many of you joining this event will be very aware of that role of Pobal through the Community Services Programme, which we administer on behalf of the Department of Rural and Community Development. I am delighted that Pobal has been in a position to collaborate with Craol on various occasions in 2020. As you probably know, earlier this year we participated in a special radio broadcast to celebrate National Community Radio Day, and next week, as I'm sure many of you will be aware, a dedicated radio programme will be broadcast across the Community Radio Forum to mark Charity Trustees Week also. On the occasion of the 2020 award ceremony, I would like to congratulate Craol and all community radio stations across Ireland. In particular, I would like to acknowledge the commitment of the volunteers involved for their continued efforts to enhance local radio, provide a social benefit to their community, and offering valuable opportunities for groups and organisations in their area to discuss important topics and issues. So definitely wishing all the nominees the very best of luck. Stay safe and keep well.
Paul Skinner, Executive Director of Pobal, which funds so many of our radio stations. I think 14 members of the community radio family funded by Pobal, and hopefully maybe one or two in the future as well. And I think not just our community social programme, but this year as well, the community support programme was also key in helping to bridge the gap in the grant, the original grant under the CSP, and what's required to meet the minimum wage of full-time equivalent. And that might sound dull and boring, but it's really crucial to help keep stations going. And there were 2 top-ups provided by Pobal. And I think, you know, acknowledgement must go not just to Pobble, but to all the development coordinators around the country who help to support our community radio stations, particularly in this difficult year. And then subsequently, the CVS, the scheme that has maybe a queer name, but it is certainly great stuff, and provided almost €230,000 this year. That's the Stability Fund, and that was processed through Pobble. And I know it was a department thing, but certainly I feel from our experiences with them that Pobble are an organisation that are very much on the side of community radio and strong supporters of us. Speaking of supporters of community radio, we'd like to hear from another person now who's a supporter of community radio, and this is just one of the people I mentioned and that I meant when I said I think you'll have your eyes open this evening about the impact and the benefit that you deliver in your stations. This is a woman called Sina Thiel.
Hi, my name is Sina Thiel. Thank you very much for inviting me to say a few words at the 2020 Community Radio Awards. I would like to start off by congratulating and thanking all of the community stations for their hard work, their dedication, and their support of Irish-based artists like myself. I think that community stations are a vital part of the local communities. And of course as well for artists like myself, they are a great support and a great point of starting as well and learning about radio. I gave my first interviews on community stations and I'm very grateful for all the support and airplay I've been getting ever since. I would like to wish you all the best of luck in these troubled times, and I hope I will see you all very soon in person again. Thank you so much for your support and have a great night.
For that ringing endorsement of community radio. And we look forward to seeing you here in Kilkenny in the not too distant future as well. Our next category, our first category this evening, I'm not sure if I mentioned it at the introduction, was commission programming. Our next category is the biggest category. It's social benefit. And we're going to introduce half of those programmes or half of the awards, and then we'll have another little video and bring you the second half. The first one, the judges said about this entry, this is a true social benefit programme, reaching out to people young and old with disabilities and those caring for them. Good, quick reaction to the pandemic. In-studio audio really good, phone line not great. Would love to have seen a list of all of the people featured. Must have made a huge impact to people. The programme shows a great belief in what they're doing. The programme is called Coping with COVID by Community Radio Youghal, and it gets a gold award, and hopefully it'll be accepted by Linda O'Connell. Can we pick Linda out of the crowd? That's the question.
We have Linda there. I'm just not sure if she's on video or having a chat, but she's definitely here.
Okay. Well, we'll see. It'll be great if we can get her on in just a moment for their the two in a row for Community Radio Youghal this evening. Come in, Linda. Okay. Not to worry. Congratulations, Linda O'Connell and everybody in Community Radio Youghal on that Social Benefit Award for Coping with COVID. Our next programme in the Social Benefit category drew the following comments from the judge. The presenter of this programme knows what she is and what she is about, and that is obvious. Through the disability programme, she imparts information and discusses the practical issues and challenges facing people with disabilities. Great research and a great community programme. For Disability Forum by Life FM in the social benefit category, well, I want to say a word about this before we announce the winner and the person who's going to collect it, because Life FM have sent us a message and they want to let us know and to let everybody tonight know that their colleague Mary O'Shea passed away peacefully last night, Thursday evening, at 11:30 p.m. after a battle with cancer. She was due an award tonight for her disability show, and Kethan Leahy is here on Zoom tonight to accept the award. Kethan, we'll be delighted to talk to you in just a moment, but Life also asked me to say that despite Mary's disability, she faithfully recorded, edited and submitted her Disability Forum show on Life FM, which played every Wednesday at 9 a.m. The clip that was submitted to Craol for this award would have been her last show that she recorded. She was a faithful volunteer for Life FM for over 8 years, and we together are celebrating her life. This is a photo of Mary at a Cork St. Patrick's Day parade. So maybe we just take a moment to remember Mary O'Shea, and congratulations. Our yesterday, Mary. So joy and sadness all at the same time. Is Kethan Leahy available to say a word?
Yes. Thank you for that lovely tribute. And I'm very honored to pick it up for Mary, who it was nearly a decade of volunteering, and it was a great program, providing useful advice and valuable guidance for everyone. I think we'd all agree that her show is the embodiment of community radio, and we were very lucky to have broadcast it.
Well said, and congratulations. And I'm sure it was a team effort and a worthy tribute to Mary. Congratulations all. Our next award in the social benefit category, well, the judges said older people love to recall the past, and this programme encourages people with dementia to reminisce, bring us happy memories and good feelings. Listening to the clip, the presenter helps to bring out the best in her interviewee, and they are both enjoying the chatting. Supporting people with dementia is important, and this programme bears that out. Well done. For Voyage Around My Brain and Reminiscence on the Radio by Near FM, we say congratulations to Alan Bradish and the team. Have we Alan in the house? Huh?
Declan Allen is not here. I'm delighted to stand in on his behalf. It's really wonderful. I'm the incoming chairperson of Near FM, and it really am delighted to accept this award on behalf of Karen.
I think Karen is actually available.
Oh, is she? Oh, fantastic.
Just in case if she wanted to go. Sorry to jump in there.
No, I'm delighted. I wasn't aware. Okay, so Karen, come through, please.
Great stuff, and congratulations, Declan.
Just want to acknowledge Karen.
If you have
here,
is she there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, there you are. Hey,
it's lovely and bright where you are, Karen.
Well, don't mind. That's just a backdrop. Thank you so much. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to all the people in Near FM for giving this opportunity to have a voice for people who have dementia. My first series was called Reminiscence on the Radio, and I had poets and singers and people who wanted to share their stories. And people asked me afterwards which people had dementia and which didn't. And I said, well, if you can't tell, it doesn't matter. So, and that's the whole point. With radio, when you're telling your story, it doesn't matter whether you're living with dementia or you're a caregiver or you're a poet or a singer, you could be all of those things. This is why it's so important to have community radio, that we get to tell our stories and listen to stories. And thank you, Dorothy, for giving me this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Well done.
Congratulations, Karen, and everybody involved in that programme at Near FM. Our next award, well, the judges said the presenter sets out to bring out the best out of his interviewee as she tells her story of her involvement in the community for over 40 years. And that is exactly what he does. This programme is community at its best, preserving memories, highlighting achievements of local unsung heroes who give a lifetime of voluntary service to their communities. Very interesting and light-hearted at times. For The Beating Heart of Kinvara with John Keneally, congratulations to one of our temporary stations, Kinvara Community Radio. And to accept the award is John Keneally.
John Keneally's gone rogue. Can't find him anywhere, so.
John is apparently in the witness protection program this evening and can't be found, but not to worry. Congratulations to John and to Kinvara, and it's great. I think these awards are brilliant when you're trying to get a license. They're a huge amount of encouragement, and I hope that's exactly what you'll take from this, and congratulations to the team again. Our last social benefit for the moment before our next clip. Well, the judges said about this programme, excellent quality programme covering a topic that's of huge appeal to Eris listeners. Passionately presented, the whole 2 hours must be a treat. For now is all the time there may be. A social benefit in the social benefit category. We'll say congratulations to Eris FM. And I'm not sure exactly whom we have from Eris FM this evening, but I hope that we certainly have somebody.
Tony Conway is my name.
Hi, Tony.
How you doing? I produce a programme with the presenter Colin Henry.
Congratulations, Tony. Are you delighted?
Absolutely, yeah. I think the story of Jim Reeves is one that should be well known around Ireland. He's such an influential character. To have the chance for Colin to interview his nephew was a fantastic opportunity to get first-hand story of his life. And Colin has been presenting the Lost Highway show since we began on air 15 years ago. So I think that's a great tribute to him as well.
Okay, well, congratulations to you and to Colin as well. Congratulations. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks a lot.
Right, our next item on the running order this evening, because we're going to take a break in the middle of our Social Benefit Awards. And this is timely, really, because it's another organisation that really appreciates the coverage that it gets from community radio. And this is a message from Sinead McNulty, who is the Ard Stewart of the Camogie Association.
Hi everyone, it's Sinead McNulty here, the Ard Stewart in the Camogie Association. I'd just like to take this opportunity to commend everybody involved in community radio across the country, and in particular Community Radio Kilkenny City, for their ongoing work in supporting women's sport and camogie in particular. There's now global recognition of the importance of women's sport and a growing movement around participation, attendance, and also media coverage of women's sports. We need to harness this energy and this support and engage with community radio as well as our national broadcasters. Local radio stations can play an important role in this movement while also reaching out to their core audiences and to new audiences. Community Radio Kilkenny City was honoured this year for its particular sport of camogie, where they won our local media award in our annual award ceremony. Who will it be in 2021? That is the question. As we rapidly progress towards our 2020 Championship Final and our All-Ireland Finals on the 12th of December, there are plenty of opportunities to promote our games and our athletes. We can promote the live streaming and encourage your listeners to view the games for free online. Thank you again to everybody, the volunteers and staff who bring community radio to localities all across the country. I want to thank you in particular for your ongoing support in promoting camogie. Slán agus ban.
Sinead McNulty, the Ard Stewart of the Camogie Association. And Sinead, we appreciate those words and delighted that community radio is such a support to your association. We continue now with the social benefit category, the 7th award we're going to present this evening. Well, the judge said, highly innovative programme, great linkages with other countries at a time when the pandemic was just unfolding here. Commitment of the presenter and the quality of the programme are equally strong. For Wireless on Flirt FM, which is on Flirt FM, we want to say congratulations to John Walsh. And I know that John is with us this evening. So John, congratulations. I don't think there's a programme like this in the country.
Thanks very much, Declan. Wireless is a complete labour of love, and I managed to pull it together every month, just about. But there's always interesting things to say about the world of radio, and I know other stations take it as well as Flirt FM, which is a great support for me because it shows that people are interested around the place. So I really tried during the first lockdown to reach out to radio stations in other countries to see how they were coping, and we looked at the UK and France and Spain and Italy over different periods during that time. So a couple of people I want to thank. Firstly, Paula Healy of Flirt FM, who really believes in the programme, and you know, it takes a Radiohead to know a Radiohead. And Paula is that. And then the most important person that I want to thank is Brian Green of Phoenix FM, who got me into radio when I was a teenager. And so thanks very much, Brian. I really appreciate your support with this. And thanks to everybody who contributes to the program and who takes part. And thanks very much. I'm really, really honored.
And rightly so. Congratulations, John. A great programme. And Brian Green, you have a lot to answer for this evening, and well done to you. So we're staying with social benefit. About the next award, the judge said this programme team must be doing something right. It's been going for 11 years, providing social benefit by engaging with relevant agencies and individuals. This programme is presented to a very high standard. For Good For You by Dublin City FM, hopefully to collect the prize and accept it, is Mick Hanley of Dublin City FM.
Hi.
It's not going to be Mick, it's going to be Olivia. So hi.
It is. How are you?
And we're not a bit disappointed. Good to see you, Olivia. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm chuffed. Thank you very much. I'm a little bit humbled to listen to everybody else. I feel like I cobble it together week by week, but I love it. And I love the fact that the messages are going to a different audience.
Yeah, and Olivia, as the judge said, you must be doing something right because it's going on a while now.
Oh yeah. It's even with lockdown and having to do it from my kitchen table and pulling my hair out sometimes, it's still going and going every week. So we must be doing something right. And thanks.
Shorten the road for you.
Thank you very much. And I'd like to say thanks to Kleena as well, who is my sound person. But of course, she's been left out for the last few months. So, and thanks to everyone in Dublin City FM.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you.
That award for Good For You in the social benefit category going to Dublin City FM. The next award, well, the judges said, phenomenal stuff. So well recorded. You really feel like you've been brought right into these families' lives. Really well edited, scripted, and it's telling that more parents have been interested in telling their stories too. Anyone listening can't help but feel empathy and gain understanding of these families' lives. Teetering on full marks. For the programme One Day at a Time by Athlone Community Radio to accept, congratulations to Deirdre Hunt of Athlone.
Are they showing it?
Yeah, sorry. Hello, can you hear me, Declan?
Hi, Deirdre. We can hear you. I can't see you, but we can hear you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I think it's a bit like the Eurovision, you know.
Yes,
I have to say you're looking very well tonight.
That's for later, Deirdre, for God's sake.
Well, congratulations to everyone. Well done on what you're doing tonight. Yeah, thanks very much for that, actually. The families were amazing. It was very difficult for them to tell their stories. Their stories had never been told before. And the song was actually written especially from a dad, you know. It's a story that was told from the heart. And thanks to everybody there in Craol for the award.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for making such great radio, Deirdre, and all the team. Enjoy that award. Well deserved. Our next award, well, the judge said about this, enjoyable show. We would rebroadcast it, so the judge must be somebody running a station. Not sure this can score very highly in this category, but that's not to say it's not a good show. And Kelly does a great job. This is reflected in the music community's response to the Liffey fundraiser. For Hot Hits by Liffey Sound, we say congratulations to Kelly Darcy.
So we have Kelly there, but I'm not sure if she's available to come to the mic.
Hi, yeah, I'm here.
Hi Kelly.
Hi, thank you so much. Yeah, it's an honour to be able to share and promote Irish hip hop. So thank you to Liffey Sound for giving me that platform, and thanks a mil to Mairead, our station manager, and John, our sound tech, for all the support over the last few months. And yeah, thanks a mil.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Thank you.
That's great stuff. Kelly Darcy there from Liffey Sound. Our next award, well, the judge said, judges, easy to listen to and positive without being preachy. Practical and timely too. Sounds really well, considering it was done remotely. Production standards high. Good to hear samples of more than one or two of the guests. For the big jump from Community Radio Kilkenny City, we'll say congratulations to Orla Kelly and the team.
Thank you very much, Declan.
Orla, great to see you. I wasn't sure if you were online. Congratulations. Heartfelt.
Thank you so much, and thanks very much to you, Declan, for encouraging me to do the programme. Our objective was that everything about climate action was so doom and gloom and depressing, and people felt really hard to make, you know, how can I make a difference? So our objective was to make things positive and achievable. And what we did is we brought so many local people in, and then we also had international best practice. And the really interesting thing is that the local people were often just as good as the really best international best practice. So the conclusion was that if all of these ideas were put together, we would have some great advancement. But I suppose the thing we found is there wasn't quite a gelling of all the ideas. But hopefully when we're back on air in January, on a national campaign. The thing that strikes me so much tonight is that I wish the government was made up of all the people here, because basically there's an amazing representation of women, women in sport, social inclusion, business, and new fresh ideas, and the idea of community. So my proposal for tonight is that the government would be made up from the people who have contributed really to social radio. It's been a really great journey. I know Darren is with us tonight, Darren Proud, who's presenting with me and will hopefully be coming back in January. But a huge thanks to Des Doyle, who started the programme with me on a bit of a roller coaster, Maurice O'Connor, Darren Proud, who's here tonight, most especially to Declan Gibbons and everybody in Community Radio in Kilkenny City. And this is just an amazing awards ceremony. So it's great to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Orla, and well done. Well done. We look forward to seeing that programme return in January. That's Orla Kelly there from The Big Jump, and I'm suitably proud for that award. Our next award, the judges said, this clip seemed like a promo as opposed to a broadcast sample. Would have loved to have heard some more voices from ordinary community members for the Joe Dalton Show on Dublin South FM to collect the award. Congratulations, Joe Dalton. And Joe, I know you're online because you've been congratulating lots of people, so time for you to take a bow this evening.
Thank you very much. Wasn't expecting it, but I'm very much honoured, and I'd like to say thank you to all the engineers and to all the members of the station that has allowed Dublin South FM to continue running the shows in lockdown and in these strange times. I fell in love with radio accidentally about 5 years ago, and unfortunately I'm in it for the long haul. So it's in the blood. It's in the blood now, and I love it. And at the community, and so many people are here tonight as well, and it fills my heart with warmth. So thank you very much, and I'd like to say thank you as well to all the board members and to our station manager, Peter Rice, who has been playing a storm along the time as well. So thank you, everybody, and thank you for tonight. Thank you.
Brilliant. Congratulations. Congratulations, Joe there. Joe Dalton from Dublin South. Now, that concludes our 12 awards in the social benefit category. Oh, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, I know. We're going to... Because my Gaelga, I have a few words, but not enough to deliver it. And I would like to call on our long-suffering volunteer and supporter, Dr. Rosemary Day, to present the next few awards.
Okay, so this programme deserves, you said, the Eurovision 12 points.
Gradam orga, chroig sé lánmharcanna I ngach ein categór. Chlár croga, neamh gannach ó héh ranfartíochta de, agus ó héh cur chuige de. Fuireann bhreá mhór agus obair iad a gobar go crua agus is léir go bhfuil a gríthe stíige chus sa chlár. Credan siad sa chlár agus in aimimean an chlár. Agus tugan an chlár seo áradán d'ír a bhochalcáin agus a dahí síl a phlé agus a rins lena bobbal hain. Is sampla é den radio pobl ag feimú mar glór phobal, mar haciacht agus mar chúnamh don phobal. This program, which is called Bahan Navar, is about the men's shed, and it gives a space and a voice to men to talk about mental health problems. So cógárdachas the radio na lifa agus Bahan Navar. Ní is a gum cétach an lauert agus an dúis a glacha.
Rosemary, we're going to see who is going to accept that award.
It's like
Tá go leor doing an seo, so beidir cúpla daoine eile le thuairt ar isteach an scálan. There's loads here.
Gur míle maithagí os an gradam gach duine gur míle maithagí.
Yeah.
Míle buíochas. Gur míle mágus an is lei sin. Tá ag an seo.
Agus míle buíochas de Emily Craol agus Diran Radio na Lifa Illig a chuir an chlár in agar doing fashion chlár iontoch atá ann agus grúpa iontoch taobh here de.
Agus ardfulla tiltte do gach aine tá gach duine ar fudfad na tíre quid doing in á clia agus quid doing scapa ar fud na tíre. So Tommy de Fransel ar pobl na Gaeilge. We just like to thank everybody. We're all spread around the country. Emma there, I know tá an volatility go Emma come agus beidir good she cúpla rud.
Tá mé an seo gamar buochas speisialta gáil le taig mar ché ní bhach an chlóir ar an bhód. Ach tá ordbhil ag duldaíomh ar fad bhín an cholaíochtain bíon an chora WhatsApp ag happa le gúnaí le smaointe agus le tuairimí agus tá mé an buochtaíomh agus cócóir is libh as an úsáid a bhaintsibh as an ordan. Agus míle buchas le Craol freisin as an ihe áil an seo a grúta se go as seo.
Oh, fáilte
Okay, Declan.
Emma, Ty, Colleen, August.
You, Declan.
Huh? Congratulations to one and all. That was in the social benefit, the last one, the social benefit category. And perhaps, Rosemary, you now introduce the Irish Language Category Awards.
Irish Language. Tá trí gradam le brunna an seo, an chéad ceann, tá chlór jazz ré chúiseach an seo ag curtha I láthair ar bhealach séimh ag an láththóir. Déad bhí chlór mar seo a chur ar éon chinál stáisiún, ach farir ní chlór pobl é mar ní ranfartíochta de haisir be ó éistóirí le Féile ann. Agus cé go bhfuil an chlór ar ard chaidán agus le molla ó thaobh an síimsíochta bhain sleis agus an ghailge bhain sleis, ní bhór beidir smaoinemh agus bheith ordalach ar ranfartíochta amach an seo. Ach cés bud go sin tá ardbhil go bannachtaí an lé. Agus bhfuil éon seo an ghlacha leis an gradam sin, bannachtaí an lé.
Yeah, I'm in seo.
Iontoch.
Agus gur míle maithagad Rosemary asach na focail deasa sin ar áilm. Tuigim se céir tá gceiste le ranfartíocht agus beidir go dhéanamid iirecht níos fearr ar sin dhéanamh. Ag an am céine tá fuirdan tíofiirde sa slí scúil an stúdio an sin agus Alan Tiernan and Bannister. Just like to thank the station and particularly the manager Alan Tiernan and they all that help in the production. I think the staffs of stations around the country should deserve great praise for all they've done since COVID came on the scene. It hasn't been easy. At mar yeller and glár hain, banam se ard tanya bas, is chlár shaft nude, agus am dili me gomor irisori muyo asach the an inchor a churn siad san is jazz sa chlár héin I bhar meistrúchan ach so gofuil glóráte agam an sin. Gur míl magad rís Rosemary agus gur magad Declan.
Agus fair play goibse agus gun ar na leog agus gunna multóirí chun stocha scárá. Mar tá job Jackar le Genevieve multóirí le gachrod a bheas ó héh caiidán zed ar a bhéin aiban sin a cho héh na rudí eile. Agus caafar ará leis an géad chlár eile, go bhfuil an láithir ar an gláir seo le mulla go mór chomá. Agus sníonn si Gaeilge agus Féile le chéile go han snasta, agus cuireann si ceol filiocht agus seanachil taobh le taobh. Tá an chlár ar an air le blian agus dua mór á caitheamh ag an láithir leis is léir. Ach a rís is Jackar ará go bhfuil éon idir bhartíocht arsúil idir an láithir agus pobl na Gaeilge, nó le fólamheoirí, nó le éisteoir de heisir biz. So a ríist níl fibre be leis a gaiidán tá ard caiidán sa chlár agus tá anabará dhéanamh ag an láithir ach a ríiste bheith ardalach faoi rannpháirtíocht agus faoin bobbal atá ann idir Gaeilgeoirí agus fólamheoirí. Ach bhhailm a bhuiamh go bhfuil dúis nó gradam inis le bronna ar Gaeilge bhriste ó Iarthar Limní. Clár a hagan so radio Iarthar Limní.
So we have Shirley and do we have Shirley? Do you want to have a chat or? She's here, I think.
Paula has put her beady eye on Shirley. So
yeah. Is she on? Ach.
Cogordicus Shirley. On Shaw. No, Neil Hain Shirley. So congratulations.
Oh, does she on this?
Are you there, Shirley? No. Okay. Rosemary.
Oh, okay. Tá gradam a bháin eile ó héh na Gaeilge Declan. Agus I gás an chlár seo, is chlár jazz tanmhach ceol é seo, agus a rís tá láithir le mulla, láithir anamha, láithir Gaeilge agus Féile, agus aíonn leis an seap sin a thuirt leis chun trachanna ceol a chur ar láthair. Is chlár ceol é seo agus déad fi a haint ar ríist ar stáisiún ar be. Ach farír a ríist ní léir go bhfuil éon idirbhartíocht na rangpháirtíocht arsúil idir an láithir agus pobl na Gaeilge nó pobl fólamheoirí nó an pobl mór I Gcuideanna agus tá sé sin ríthbhachtach le stáisiún pobl. Mar sin héin tá an chlár le mulla agus tá dúis le bronna gradam le bronna ar the Wandering Minstrel ó Radio Pobl Castanawari.
And Paul is having a look to see if she can spot Dermot Moynihan and or John Brown to accept the award. Cogordicus.
Let's on award show.
And we've no sign of Dermot, unfortunately. So thanks, John.
Okay, no, Dermot isn't on. You know.
Oh, grand.
Okay, well,
I'm just have to get on. I had awful trouble with it. I was just in time.
Okay,
well, it's good to see you now.
John. And that was John Brown, manager of Castlebar Community Radio, and congratulations for your award in the Irish language category. And Rosemary Day, thanks a million for all of those awards, and not just for presenting them, but also for being the judiciary as well. And we will hear from you a little bit later, Rosemary. Thanks a million, Rosemary. Thanks a million, John. Now, we all know what a difficult year this has been and for everybody, and community radio has been no exception to that. We haven't been spared, and it has had a huge impact on the work of each individual station, each individual volunteer, staff member, or indeed board member. It's been a very difficult year. One of the things that Craol Community Radio Ireland does every year that helps to raise the profile of the community radio sector outside of the sector is a project called National Community Radio Day. It began 5 years ago with that explicit purpose, and it was always held on the Friday closest to Midsummer's Day in June. It's generally around the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd of June. Last year in 2019, the Department of Community brought in a National Community Weekend, and we got on board with that and supported that whole weekend in our communities around the country. Unfortunately, it seemed that perhaps the civil servants and those, not satsumas, the mandarins in the department were less enthusiastic about the project than perhaps the minister himself, who to his credit brought that project along. So this year we reverted to National Community Radio Day ourselves. However, with COVID-19, National Community Radio Day was certainly not going to be easy. And just like Féile, we wondered, would it be worth doing at all? But worth doing it certainly was. And we held a competition to choose the station that would do it. And Lynn Simpson and her team at Phoenix FM took on that role. And it was a poison chalice, or could potentially have been a poison chalice, but rather than shirk away from the task, they really took to it with abandon, and they put phenomenal work in, and they recorded interviews, they recorded discussions weeks in advance. Everything was planned to an absolute T. I think we all wondered how it would go on the day, because not alone did Phoenix FM have to work remotely, but on the day, National Community Radio Day, which I think was the 19th of June, it was the first day that they returned to their studios in Blanchardstown since March. It was a huge undertaking, and I think it was an absolute example to all of us. And happily, more than any year I can remember before, stations all over the country took the actuality. And because it was so well planned, it wasn't random, and it was material that we could all listen to around the country. And it was a great coming together. And I think there were some wonderful stories and exchanges happened there for National Community Radio Day. But one of the elements of the day that I think a lot of people, certainly it caught their eyes and their ears, was a poem by a man called Frank Féile. Now, the last time I met Frank, I think he's involved with Dublin South FM, but the poem was written especially for National Community Radio Day, and I'd like to share it with you tonight.
National Community Radio Day, capturing community stories. Brought to you by Community Radio Ireland, hosted by 92.5 Phoenix FM, and supported by the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland.
I am poem. You are community. We are cousins, telling stories. I use words, take liberties. You, truth, lived experience. You are open window to who we are. For the world, its mother looking in for our children scattered, the familiar voice of kith and kin. Those that come here, silenced, cocooned, a window into their world too. I can whisper their imprisonment. You can amplify, give voice, counterpoint, not simplify. More than window, you are glass, one side black, the better to reflect the looking back. Our reality, our plain truth, you are global family, branch and root. I can shout too, and do it eloquently, but in emergency, I lack potency. I am poetry, static. You have immediacy, and what others do now temporarily are just the things that you do in the everyday. Puppy dog lost, political deficiency, a rallying point, social inequality, a soothing hush now that plague is cast. You are song, you are voice, you are echoes of our past, bending narratives to a rainbow of new possibilities. And while I am poem, your story in poetry, you are the real deal. You are the story of we.
Brilliant. wasn't it? Frank Féile there with his poem for National Community Radio Day, and it still gets the old hair standing up, I think, 5 months later after National Community Radio Day. And well done to Phoenix FM for their hosting of that event, and to Frank for that wonderful poem. Now, Rosemary Day, we told you that we'd have another bit of work for you, and you haven't long to wait for it. Our next category is community and volunteer participation. And to present and announce the first award in that category, I'd like to ask Rosemary once again to step up to the plate.
So, Shra Allen, Shimply, Tanyavach, the Shea Fod Craile, atá díreach ceart don Ashtar Seo. I lár pandemic, tá líon mór Crailtóirí ag déanamh cur síos iontacha iontaisí a náitecha cónathe féin, agus na counter is cóngarí tá timpeall ortha. Srianta de limisteir idir 2 agus 5 kilometer, croíonn an shrap pod creiltí seo nach bhfuil teorann le creiltóirí maithe, nach bhfuil teorann le na saolaíocht ná le na grothíocht. Rainan siad seoda pásanta le héistóirí an stáisiún agus dárdóch sé misneach aine a bheith géisteach leis. Is fiú go mór triúnalisteach agus éisteach leis dar leis na multóirí. Tá sé tráthúil, tá sé tainneamhach, tá sé déanta, crothach sé lánmharc i nach categór, mar sin gradam orga atá le brunne Radio na Lifa do leach mo ghorais.
Radio na Lifa, and I believe Emma is going to accept the award.
Oh, gur míle maithí tá mé an bhuaich. Bha mé an soltas an gan seo chuir le chéad ag siad an galéiríonn se an pobl iontachtá timpplair, and I think this really showed or reflected the brilliant community that we have around us between listeners and broadcasters who took part, and I'm really thankful. I enjoyed so much putting it together. It was so nice to have a little project during this time. So gur míle maithí, agus gur míle maithí as an óchadálinn seo arachtal with fear buach ar fad.
Cogordachas Emma, agus gur maithagad Rosemary for presenting that award. So great night for the team from Radio na Lifa as well. We're staying with the category Community and Volunteer Participation. Our second award this evening in this category. Well, about this programme, the judge said, a niche programme running since 2004, is certainly resilient for the length of time on air. A subject which is interesting in its own right, not very much info in the application or evidence in the audio, but a nice listen just the same. For the astronomy show, congratulations to Dublin City FM. And that crowd is just getting louder.
Yeah.
For Dublin City, I think
it's
Olivia
me again.
Back again.
Yeah, me again. On behalf of Ben and Emmett, I'd like to accept this award and say thanks to Mick, Megan, Sam, everybody at Dublin City FM.
Okay, well put, and congratulations to you, Emma, and all of the team there. Our next award, well, the judges said history of an area is always essential to the community for future generations. This series of programmes will keep the community glued to the radio every week. The presenters, producers of this programme have great knowledge of their local history. For Local Voices, Local History, congratulations to West Limerick 102 FM, and here to collect the award is Shirley O'Regan.
Shirley's there waiting for her to unmute. She's going to get it. We want to hear from her.
Okay, Shirley, if you can unmute, we'd love to hear from you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Shirley, hi.
Oh, finally, I'm finally here.
We missed you earlier, Shirley, but you're here now. Oh, well. Hello, Shirley, can you hear us?
Thank you so much. This is my
Sorry, Shirley, we can't hear you, but we can certainly get the joy that you have in winning this award, and well deserved. And congratulations to you. And Orla Kelly referred earlier to, you know, wishing
hear
that
you,
people.
but I'm not sure if you.
Yeah, I
Sorry,
think we
my
can hear you
reception is
now,
very.
Shirley. So please keep talking while we can hear you. No, she's gone again. Well, as I said, there was talk earlier about if the people in community radio could run the government, maybe, well, even if they could organise the national broadband plan, I think we'd all be very grateful. But congratulations to Shirley O'Regan and to everybody involved in the team there for your success in that category. And I think, we're going to continue on now. And the next category, well, we're staying with the category community and volunteer participation. The judges said of this one, this programme is very professionally presented and the support of the station team is evident. The programme has linkages with a number of groups. It would have been nice to hear more examples of these. Excellent initiative with migrants and women's groups. For Near FM International Writers Network, congratulations to Near FM, and possibly to collect it is Declan Cahill.
Hey Declan, I think Mary is there, Dorothy, is she? So Mary, will you come in, please?
Okay, have we Mary?
Yes, she's there.
Yeah, I
believe.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Go ahead, Mary.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations, Mary. Wonderful
Congratulations. Sorry, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you to all the FM, the team. Yeah, I mean, Near FM's just wonderful. They've just been so supportive and it's just a privilege, really.
Good.
I don't know what to say. Thank you very much.
Mary.
Congratulations, and it was a privilege for the judges to listen to it as well. Well done to you, Mary, and to all the team at Near FM on your award this evening. Our next award in this category, well, the judges said lightning in a bottle, capturing of a moment in recent Irish music history and one that is tied to the station. The audio is a little distorted in places, so said the judiciary, but you can overlook that due to the sheer energy conveyed. All the more evocative of the noise and crush of live music venues now that we don't have them anymore. The live broadcast presenting and interviews are a complex proposition for young broadcasters. For Wired FM presents FX Music live from the record room by Wired FM. To accept the award, I think, is Ray Burke.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi Ray, congratulations, and you're back. Cheers, after thanks. Recharging the batteries, I hope.
Yeah. We have about 3 kittens here at the moment. They're driving me nuts, like. So I had to dip in and out there for the last while. So sorry I wasn't at the rest of the words in me, but congratulations to everybody who's won so far. Yeah, thanks a million. The sound was a bit distorted, but it was an amazing night and just happened just before lockdown. So hopefully we'll get to have more of them. We're doing a few with no audience in the new year, but yeah, it was a great night, and so many of those acts that were part of that night have gone on to much bigger things since, like Denise Chyla and God Knows and Murley and stuff. So yeah, fantastic. Thanks a million for the award.
And congratulations, Ray. And I see your neighbour, Richard Smith, has been on to say congratulations, among many other people from the stations around the country. So well done to you, and a great night.
Cheers. Also, congratulations to Ray on his earlier award win for Wired FM on World College Radio Day as well.
Okay. Thanks. Cheers.
Not too shabby. Our next award in this category, the judges said, considering all of the constraints brought on by COVID, this is really well recorded. The intro is well recorded and written. Piece on European missionary in Japan is interesting. Would like to hear the end. For getting creative during COVID, Cabinteely Youth Theatre and Crinune in Og. For Dublin South FM, congratulations, and to accept the award, hi to Peter Rice. And do we have Peter?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we can, Peter, loud
Oh,
and
great,
clear.
great. Thank you very much. This is terrific. We produced the program back in June to mark Cuireann na nÓg, Day of Youthful Creativity, and we'd like to thank Carol Walsh and Gráinne McLaughlin for helping us put this together. And I'd like to thank Paul McCarthy for presenting the program. And finally, I'd like to thank all of our staff and volunteers in the station for their amazing work in 2020. So thank you. Cheers.
And congratulations to you. Enjoy the award, fabulous award. That concludes that category for the time being. We're going to take another video interlude this time from another big supporter of the community radio sector. That is the Community Foundation of Ireland. And with a message for us all tonight, here's its Chief Executive, Denise Charlton.
Congratulations to all in community radio. It's never been so important to celebrate and mark the contribution of your stations, your talented broadcasters, and all of you behind the scenes who are keeping the airwaves of Ireland alive, vibrant and energetic. We know a lot of you who are behind the mic, but we also know that great radio requires teams of talented volunteers, production, research, engineering, administration, and so much more. At the Community Foundation for Ireland, we're really proud to count you as our strong partners. Organising and holding this event during these extraordinary times is a real tribute to your ability to respond to the restrictions that we are all living in now. Like you at CFI, we believe in equality and thriving communities, and believe also that radio is the life blood of so many of those communities. In normal times, you have kept people connected, but in COVID-19, you are literally a lifeline to those who otherwise would risk being cut off, would risk being alone, would risk being isolated. And you offer hope, you offer friendship, and you offer solidarity, and we are really grateful for that. As Chief Executive of CFI, I really want to thank you and acknowledge the support that you give our initiatives. Partnership works both ways, and it's fantastic for us to have a relationship and support that we can rely on to get information out about our grant making and our initiatives, really helping us raise awareness and connect with the communities that are in the front line. So thank you. On behalf of our team, I wish you huge success, not just for today's achievement awards, but for the future. We look forward to playing our part of being part of that future as we enter our 21st year and beyond. Thanks so much for all you do. Stay safe and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Denise Charlton, Chief Executive of the Community Foundation for Ireland. And thank you for your support. And I think it's lovely to hear Denise refer to community radio as a partner of the Community Foundation because, and I know from experience and working with them over the last few years, that they really do see community radio as a really key vehicle for getting their message across and for delivering the social benefit that they're trying to achieve. And we've had 3 phases of projects, I think, with the Community Foundation of Ireland since about starting in late 2015. The first of which was providing radio training for people over the age of 55. And that was very successful all around the country. I think there was a couple of hundred people trained, at least 170 people trained, and every single station took part in that, and every station was funded to train people over 55. And I know lots of stations have generated programs. I know our own station, even though we had a temporary license at the time the original series was broadcast, we went on to actually make it a full-time program. And one of the people who was on that course is now a member of our board as well. So it was hugely fulfilling, hugely successful, and obviously provided a degree of funding as well, much needed for stations around the country. The second event that we did with the Community Foundation for Ireland, well, it was 4-faceted, if I can say, hyphenate those 2 words together, and it was for older people, it was for people in direct provision, it was for former offenders, not for older people, I beg your pardon, for former offenders, for the members of the travelling community, people in direct provision, and members of the LGBT community. And again, there was huge take-up of this among the stations around the country, and it was really, really successful, doing what community radio should do, give a voice to those who don't have it or are perceived to be on the margins of society. And that again went extremely well. Our latest programme of activity with the Community Foundation for Ireland, it took one of those 4 subjects and really focused in on it. And so this round was purely about direct provision, and many stations around the country got involved with that. And I know from experience of attending the graduation ceremonies, the impact that these all 3 projects have had over the last 5 years on not just the participants, but the trainers and everybody else, people like myself, people from the Community Foundation that go along and bear witness to the programs, to the humanity, to what people put into it, and to what people get out of it as well. And it's really been gratifying. And I'm happy to tell you that, no pressure, Mary Lennon, but that the next series, and the series on direct provision, will be heading to your local community stations in the very near future. And we look forward to those sounds getting to your airways. And we'd like to think that the work of community radio in this area has helped in no small way to progress the issue of direct provision into the mainstream. So I want to say thanks very much indeed once again to the Community Foundation for Ireland for its very, very strong support. Now, we're going to move on, and I think we have another video for you, and I'm relieved to hear that because I'm getting very, very dry indeed. We're going to return to, speaking of CFI, we've got a little video about the QQI, Craol and more.
We come from a place where there's a tinge of hope beyond the flickering candle. A place where half of our dreams are stifled before they even blossom. A place where immorality is justified by poverty. A place where happiness is far-fetched feelings that nobody has the luxury for. A place where human abuse is normal and our leaders happen to take pride in it. We might be down for the count, but not yet out. No matter how dark and hopeless it might be, we still walk our heads held high and our chest out, proud to call that place home.
So that was just a little illustration of the Community Foundation for Ireland's QQI courses. Now, our next category this evening is technical and production values. Anybody involved in radio knows just how important those things are. The judges said about our first award winner this evening, radio plays are difficult sometimes to stage and are not for the faint-hearted. This station, along with a local drama group, saw a niche to help keep community spirits up. Brilliant that it helped to fill a gap in the community and collaborated with another station. And that it's kicked off a radio drama festival, sound effects brilliant. Love how meta it is. For Mr. MacGuffin's plot device and writer unblocking emporium, I kid you not, that's the title, for Scariff Bay Community Radio, a gold award, and to collect it, Owen O'Hagan and Ruth O'Hagan.
Woohoo!
Congratulations, Owen.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for this. This was a trial for us. COVID-19 knocked the legs out from everybody in Ireland, but we decided that community radio and Scariff Bay Community Radio in particular was going to take the lead, and we did this with Mr. MacGuffin's plot device and writer and blocker emporium. The writer Tara Sparling's online here tonight as well. Congratulations, Tara. But Ruth, my wife, this is her directorial debut, and congratulations to her. But also thanks to the board and station manager Jim Collins of Scariff Bay Community Radio. Without their support, drama wouldn't get to the airwaves, and we're looking forward now next year to having the first virtual radio play drama festival in partnership with Clare Drama Festival on the airwaves. But thanks to all the cast who came from Slieve Aughty Drama, and Ruth directed for them for Scariff Bay Community Radio. This is a great night for Scariff Bay Community Radio. We're only a small radio station, started 5 years ago, but during COVID-19 it has stronger, more resilient, and our roster is growing with younger and older presenters and producers. Thanks for this award. This is brilliant for us and brilliant for Slieve Aughty, but most importantly, brilliant for Scariff Bay Community Radio.
Thank you.
There's Ruth, the director.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate it, and it spurs us on in our ongoing dramatic endeavours.
And brilliant. We hope to hear lots more. Congratulations, Owen and Ruth. And I know we broadcast that on Community Radio Kilkenny City, and I know it was broadcast by many of the stations, and it was great fun. Even just to run a promo that said Mr. McGuffin's plot device and writer and blocking emporium, I think it was a challenge. And it was absolutely great fun, so it was. So congratulations to you on that. And I see that your neighbours in Limerick and your neighbours in Radio Kirkabashkin are on as well, sending lots of love and messages. So congratulations to you. Our second award in the technical and production values category, well, the judges said about this: well-produced segments, huge numbers of volunteers empowered to record at home, and great work stepping in on Lucan Live. Would like to have heard some more info and details in the application about all the background and technical help, training and innovation in production. Good to hear the last presenter's shout out to John at the end of his show. For Jonathan White, technical support to Liffey Sound volunteers during the pandemic for Liffey Sound. To accept the award, I hope we're joined by Jonathan White.
Thanks so much, Declan. Yeah, it's been really difficult, as it has been for everyone. We got so many volunteers doing their own thing from home. I don't think any two volunteers are doing the same. But you know, it is them really. Like they do so much, and also I just really like to thank all of them, and especially Maria Murphy, the host of Lucan Live, which we work on, and you know, we think it's come on leaps and bounds. We're really happy with it. And also to our station manager, Maria Cullen. So it's nice someone in a red jersey gets something to celebrate about tonight anyway. I'd be lying if I said my attention's been 100% on the awards the whole time. But
you could have just said nothing, John.
I know, but I'm too honest. Gura Mila Market at Diolch yn fawr I pawb. And thank you so much.
And I see Maria Murphy has been on to send her congratulations, as has Pat Quinn, your colleagues at Liffey Sound. So congratulations, Jonathan, and we'll forgive you. You're not having your undivided attention, but congratulations on your Gold Award.
Thank you so much, Declan.
That's Jonathan White, and now we're going to have a little bit of light relief, and why not? Well, I'll let the video actually speak for itself.
Radio means so much to so many people. And we hope to get back to normal soon. Back to the chats. Back to the good old days of Irish radio.
Yeah, what?
Back to not worrying about so much. Back to the crack. Back to the music. Back to normal.
Thank you so much for having me. This place is this album right here. I hope you're going to play my song. Is that a deal? Is that all right?
Radio. This is what you want.
And that was by Steve Bennett of Flirt FM. I hope you enjoyed that. I was half roaring laughing and half, oh my God, I hope this isn't the new normal, if that's what we're returning to. But that was Steve Bennett of Flirt FM, and a little bit of light relief. Hope you really enjoyed that there. And yeah, that would, I'm sure you're all saying that would never happen in our station anymore anyway, or for the time being, which you will see. And thanks to Steve for that bit of light relief. And I think yeah, we talked about resilience a lot today, and about how our stations are standing up and distracting our people, as well as providing with them all that vital information and getting the word out there about services, etc. I think it's been really important that our stations have maybe played the music and had the chat that are absolutely nothing to do with COVID-19 or contain the word pandemic. But speaking of resilience, another video was recorded for us, and this is, well, it's about one of our sister stations, Ross FM, and how they showed resilience and how they gave a lead in their area in distracting us from the awfulness of what's been going on since March.
When historians sit down to recall the year of 2020, they will talk, of course, of the great pandemic. That event that took place this year, costing the lives of so many Irish people. But closer to home, perhaps we should also remember some of the other things that happened during the time of the pandemic and the lockdown. And here at Ross FM, there certainly is a reason to be very proud of the radio station's contribution during the lockdown. Because during the summer of 2020, the radio station behind me, the volunteers and directors, got involved with Roscommon Lions Club and other agencies to put on air a very special radio programme every day. The Rossi Way was a 1-hour programme presented by Lions Club volunteers with the assistance of Ross FM, which talked about everything in life except the pandemic. A strategy decision was made to ensure that every day one could talk about sport, one could talk about TV, one could talk about everything, but that those at home, those who are cocooned, would not have to listen to talk of the pandemic or COVID-19. You might call it a distraction type of radio service, but I can tell you as a Lions Club member and a broadcaster, I was very proud to be part of the team here who put the show on air throughout the lockdown. Yes, indeed, the pandemic will never be forgotten, but the activity of Ross FM and stations like it around the country, in the community sector in particular, should also not be forgotten. Ross FM are on the road all the time bringing good news to people in these communities, and I salute them for their contribution during the pandemic in 2020.
Isn't that a fabulous story? I'm looking forward to getting up to Roscommon and to seeing that bus, because they're very proud of it up there. Bernie and all the team at Ross FM, and rightly so, because a lot of graft went into getting that and to getting the station where it is. And congratulations, and thank you very much indeed as well. A very generous video and from Ciarán Malooly of RTE fame, but also a man who has the community and his own community in Roscommon at heart. And thanks a million for the lads for supplying that video to us. Our final category, and don't anybody go running for the exits just yet, because we have still a bit more entertainment for you. But our final category this evening is our Resilience and Innovation Award. This category, as I mentioned earlier, was brought in really for the year that is in it, because stations and individuals at the stations have shown remarkable resilience to keep going. And I know I certainly felt, and I know a lot of other people did, that if community radio stations meant anything, if we're essential to the community, we just had to keep going during this very, very difficult time and provide a lead and provide support and information and distraction to our communities, and that is exactly what stations have done, sometimes under the most difficult of circumstances. You saw the situation there on National Community Radio Day. I know Lynn, who was manager at the time, and she was right. She wouldn't even allow us to take a photo without a mask on at the time. And, you know, people are working under really, really difficult circumstances. So that is the genesis, if you like, of this category. Our first award, the judges said, really liked the comprehensive information pages. Liked that there was a strand of programming designed in response. Would have liked another couple of clips. Very well put together. Recognises volunteers and staff for their resilience and innovation in keeping the station on air during the pandemic lockdown. And that judge described Dundalk FM 2020 response team for Dundalk FM, and hopefully to accept the award is Alan Byrne.
Yeah,
congratulations, Alan.
Thanks very much. Yeah, well, just on behalf of all the presenters and all the committee and members of Dundalk FM who came in to keep the show running, and those who kind of work from home and couldn't come in under the reduced hours, we set up a weekly remote broadcasting workshop, and to share audio recording and editing tips. But there was a Craol managers meeting in April, and that was just to bring people together, maybe for an hour or so, just to talk about how they were coping with COVID. And I think it was Irina in Athlone or Lynn in Phoenix who mentioned the community call show, where they give, I think it was an hour each day to a different community group. So there was a fund came up. It was the Community Foundation for Ireland, which has been, I suppose, an excellent supporter of community radio, and they had a COVID response fund. So we kind of married the two, the remote broadcasting workshop and the community call project, and it kind of has reset the station. It's given us a new focus, and it's I suppose it's an honour to work with all these people who are resilient and innovative, and looking forward to 2021. Thanks for that.
Okay, congratulations, Alan.
Thank
you
you.
Look forward with confidence by the sound of things. That's Alan Byrne, their manager at Dundalk FM for Dundalk FM 2020 response team. Of the next award, the judges said this project had everything that a good community broadcast should have. Staging National Community Radio Day proved a very difficult challenge this year because of COVID-19. The team had been out of the station for months before the big day, with most broadcasting done remotely. That did not affect the planning and preparation that went into the event, including contacts with every station in Ireland, Craol, the BAI, Pobble and many more. A home run for the team at Phoenix FM. For National Community Radio Day 2020, congratulations to Phoenix FM, and to accept the award is Sean Coogan.
I was muted, sorry brother. I think I'd be used to Zoom at this point. I've just blown away. I'm not going to make the mistake of trying to list everybody who was involved in this, because it was massive. Like, it was absolutely huge. And everything you said about it early on, I don't think I could even come close to what you kind of touched on there. It was absolutely fantastic, and everybody getting a chance to hear Frank's poem again was, I got goosebumps, and I've heard it so many times and seen the video so many times. I still got goosebumps listening to it. The day itself was mad, but in the best possible way. As you said, it was our first time back in the studio with all of this going on, so we kind of didn't know how everything was going to go. You mentioned Lynn a couple of times as well. I have to give her a massive shout out, because obviously she was our manager at the time, and this project was her baby, and a lot of work went into that. And again, I'm not going to get into naming people because I'll forget somebody and then I'll feel really guilty afterwards. But yeah, just to the whole team and anybody who helped. And there's a lot of people who are here today who are from other stations as well, who were part of it too. As was pointed out, we interviewed and talked to people from every station out there we could possibly get. I honestly can't think what more to say about it other than what's been said. It was fantastic. It was an absolute honor to get to do it, and really thankful to the team that we have, that we were able to put it together.
Well, you don't have to say any more, Sean, because you did it, and that was the hard bit, and you really did us proud this year. And from myself, I think it's an example maybe of the direction that National Community Radio Day might go in the future. Hopefully without all the protective screens and the masks in future, but just the whole way that the day was run. It was absolutely fantastic, and you deserve to be speechless, and you and the team at Phoenix FM. Congratulations to Sandra as well. Sandra, first piece to silverware. Sandra Losty, with you as manager of Phoenix FM. I hope you're proud, as indeed Lynn was, and the rest of the team at the station. Well done all. Now, the final award in our category, Resilience and Innovation. I'm going to have to put this thing on. Maybe I should have practiced. The judges said, the testimonials say it all. It's people like this that keep community radio going, ensuring that many vital local services could continue, and shows too. Station staff and volunteers seem so grateful for and reassured by his help. The entry is called Technical Coordinator from Kilkenny Community City Radio. I should call it Community Radio Kilkenny City. The Gold Award goes to Mick Cummins. Congratulations, Mick.
Thank you very much.
And the reason that Mick is here in person, apart from being in Kilkenny, is of course that you are, together with Johnny Callahan, running this whole show tonight.
Yeah, we are indeed, and a great. I have a great team, or we all have a great team tonight, and it's an absolute privilege to get this award, and I'm delighted to be part of an absolutely fantastic team here in Community Radio Kilkenny City. You know, from Declan down, and of course our board members all got behind us, and during this COVID crisis, and I was a small part of the cog that ran the whole machine, but it delighted to be awarded tonight, and I want to thank Craol and thank everybody else. Thank you very much.
Well done, Mick. Have we anybody to play the big cheer there after? So congratulations to Mick, and we certainly are delighted. All of us here at Community Radio Kilkenny City are very proud of that award as well. And the wall at the front of our building here is almost full with awards, and we've only just celebrated our 3rd birthday on the 27th of October last. But the beauty of it is we've quite a long corridor, and I've told the board and anybody else who cares to listen here, we're not spending money on paint. We're going to put awards down there all over the years, hopefully. So congratulations and well done, Mick. It's much appreciated here. And thanks to the judges as well for considering that award worthy of honouring. That's the last of our awards this evening, but we're not quite done yet. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. And we really appreciate the fantastic radio that's getting made around the country, COVID or no COVID, every single year by people who might be described as extraordinary, but they certainly are, and what they do and the impact. And you've heard from some people, and we're going to hear a couple more people before we finish this evening, about the impact that what we do in the community is having among those people. And I certainly feel very proud to be part of this organisation. And indeed, it's more than that. It's a movement, and thousands of people doing this stuff every week. It was said to me after last year's Féile that one of the people who was honoured said to me, I didn't realise there were so many other people doing this kind of thing around the country. I kind of thought we just do what we do here, and it's just fabulous. And, you know, I think it really is great to be a part of it, and it's wonderful to hear the feedback from the people here this evening. And thanks must, as I said, go once again to Mick Cummins and to Johnny Callahan for the technical operation. It is like a fairly substantial sized television studio here for this today, and for that we appreciate them. And I know I said it before, but I was afraid I'd forget. I want to say huge thanks to Mary Lennon as well, and to the Féile subcommittee and the wider committee, and to Community Radio Movement for supporting this awards night. I said earlier, it's my favourite part of the Féile weekend, or the Féile day as it is this year, and I think you can see why. I mean, everybody just gets a buzz out of it, and there's an awful lot to celebrate, and it's a great opportunity to do it. So thank you very much, everybody, for taking part. As I said, we have a couple more things I want to bring you, and the first of those is, well, a woman who made a breakthrough herself many years ago because somebody gave her a chance. And I think community radio, and it's been said to me a number of times, that it's about, you know, getting your chance, and that, you know, we at community radios give people a chance. Eleanor McAvoy got a chance back in 1992. Mary Black took a chance on her, and she said, this young songwriter is good enough to go on this album that we're putting together. She's written this song called A Woman's Heart, and I think it could be good. So they said, apparently, and Mary Black tells this story herself, the others said, Mary, yeah. Dolores Keane, Frances Black, Maura O'Connell, the others, they said, yeah, Mary, sounds great. We'd love to give her a chance, but any chance you'd sing on it with her? And I was at a Mary Black concert there in Kilkenny last year, and she told this story, and she said, best decision ever in Mary Black's career, because that song was, of course, A Woman's Heart, and it went on to become huge. But that all is by way of bringing me around to introducing the chair of IMRO, the Irish Music Rights Organisation. And that's the organisation that really tries to get a few spondulics for artists that are making and recording music in this country and who really need to make a living out of it. And I know the likes of Sina Féile, who we heard from earlier, they really depend on it. And I know lots of stations, as station managers, you get asked, would you fill out a form for IMRO to show that you played their music on the station? And that allows them to get a share of the few bob that are given out by IMRO. So after that very long-winded introduction, I'd like to introduce the chair of IMRO, Eleanor McAvoy.
Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a great time. My goodness, what a year we've just had. But as always, when there's a crisis, radio has a crucial role to play in our society, and that has absolutely been the case over the last 8 months. Communities rely on radio so much, and we rely on you to inform us and to connect us, and of course to entertain us as well. And you don't just nourish our heads, you nourish our hearts and our souls. And particularly, I think, with the COVID-19 crisis, with so many people having been forced into isolation, away from family, away from friends and co-workers, you have all been working hard to ease that isolation. So on behalf of IMRO, I'd like to thank you for the work you do, and I'd like to wish you all the very best of luck this evening.
Just waving back at Eleanor there. And thank you, Eleanor McAvoy, as well. And we really appreciate those kind words. And again, you know, the partnership that IMRO sees with community radio as well. So sometimes, and it came up today during some of the discussions, that, well, we feel that we perhaps don't get the best seat at the top table sometimes. But I think a lot of people know the value of community radio, and we see we've had a taste of it here tonight. Listen, thanks a million for taking part and for logging on and for staying with us. There's 80 people currently still online for the awards. I know they're scheduled to go on to 9:30. We'll get to about 9:25, I'd say. I just want to, as I said, thank everybody. And
and I just, I'm sitting here in the corner, Declan, but I just want to say a big thanks to you, because you really have had, you know, to be out there front of house for the whole day. It was a lot of work. Huge amount of work has gone into this, and again, over your couple of years involved on the Craol committee and as chair of Craol, I mean, the work you've done has been fantastic. So just from all of us, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mary. Didn't know that was coming, but thank you, much appreciated. And because Mary's no slouch when it comes to putting in the hard yards over many years as well, and much appreciated. Just a reminder, a bit of housekeeping, that the Craol AGM is going to take place online as well on the Thursday, the 3rd of December, 6:30 p.m, Thursday, the 3rd of December. All your stations have been notified, and we'll be sending out links and all the documents a little bit closer to the time. There will be some changes, and we hope that stations will put forward people for membership of the committee, and we need women on the committee in particular as well. We want that balance, and we want that inclusion on the coordinating committee. It's not all fun and games, but it's very, very rewarding. And I think to be part of something like this here tonight, it's certainly been worth the journey. So maybe bear that in mind. Almost time then really for us to say goodbye. And we want to play out with a piece of music from someone we heard from earlier, and that's Sina Féile. And you heard Sina talk about how much community radio has meant to her and how it's helped her career and how community radio has given her a voice. So on that note, before I say, well, first, I'll say good night to everyone and congratulations, well done, proud of you all. And we will hear the voice of Sina Féile. From all of us, good night.
Well done, Declan.
He had a southern drawl like a red bone hound, and every song he sang was my favorite sound. He'd be the last one up if the ship went down. The kind of man it feels good to be around. The kind of man it feels good to be around. He had hair as white as a cotton field, and he'd spin you a story like a wagon wheel, and never went anywhere without a rod and reel. Lord, I miss that man, and I always will. I miss that man, and I always will. He'd see through the light like an old screen door. He taught me how to hunt and how to love the Lord. He carried a Bible and a 44, and they just don't make him like that no more. And he said, take what you got and do the best you can. The best thing you'll ever own is a piece of land. And he knew his like the back of his hand. He was something else, my old man. He was something else, my old man. You'd see through a lie like an old screen door. He taught me how to hunt and how to love the Lord. He carried a Bible and a 44, and they just don't make him like that no more. No, they just don't make him like that no more. And I saw him strum this thing every chance he could, and he left it to me like he said he would. And if you ask me why it sounds so good, 'cause I'm holding more than strings and wood. I'm holding more than strings and wood. You'd see through a lie like an old screen door. He taught me how to hunt and how to love the Lord. He carried a Bible and a 44, and they just don't make him like that no more. And no, they just don't make him like that no more. He taught a little girl how to be a man, and to help a neighbor every time she can, to keep a song in her heart every now and then. So playing this guitar is like shaking his hand. Playing this guitar is like shaking his hand. You'd see through a lie like an old screen door. He taught me how to hunt and how to love the Lord. He carried a Bible and a 44, and they just don't make him like that no more. No, they just don't make him like that no more.